I've had a couple of my buddies ask me what did I carry over there in Afghanistan, what I carry as a private military contractor, stuff like that. And anyways, I was going to respond to this by just linking another video, private military contractor Loadout, to that, you know, to some what my friends have asked. And it's always the same. It's always, all the videos I've seen has been either airsofters or guys doing a loadout of what they would, I guess what they would carry as a private military contractor. Now it all depends. I worked with a couple of different companies, and not just different companies. You have certain companies working for certain government agencies. Like you may find triple canopy of Department of State, you may find triple canopy Department of State and Department of Defense, and that loadout may vary. When I first went in Afghanistan, I started out on an emergency response team with one company. Emergency response team is kind of like a SWAT team on the embassy. And then I did that for a little while, and I switched over for more of a mobile contract, doing more the meat and potatoes of diplomatic security. Well, a lot of advances. Advance is something where we would just go to a venue before main body got there. We would go and ask, okay, where can you know, can security detail bring firearms in? Where's the bathrooms? Stuff like that. You know, where things like parking. You know, not to go into too much detail and too much trade craft. This is how we would dress. We wore this with a plate carrier underneath. The plate carrier we wore was a velocity system, low profile. We wore two different ones. When I first started out, we had these nice ones. They're extremely slick. Then the new ones came in, and they had these little like clips on them, little clips. I didn't like because underneath the polo, underneath the t-shirt, it looked like George Clooney Batman nipples. Anyways, we carry a Glock 19, depending on if you're a Department of State contractor. DOD guys would carry around the SIG. Carry a Glock 19 2 mag. The belt system I have is Aries belt with a roll-in holster. Again, same setup I had in Afghanistan. And these are just some generic Black Hawk Glock mag holder. We weren't allowed to wear blue jeans. Oddly enough, I would have preferred blue jeans, as it would have been a little bit more low profile in my opinion, but we had to wear some kind of 511 tactical pant, and I preferred gray. It didn't stand off as a military color like beige, you know, like the tan 511s or that a lot of guys wear, the green. And we had to wear some kind of polo, and again, I preferred, you know, like a polo like this. Nothing too tactical. I didn't like wearing black polo because, again, you know, when people see a black polo shirt, they think, you know, tactical or something nefarious like that. Anyways, we wore either 511 pants like this, or we had to wear polos. During winter time, I would run the Condor jacket. Same thing. I have velocity system plate carrier underneath it. I run the Mab. This is the same Condor jacket I had over there. I had this for years. They're not that much. They're not overly pretentious price. Main thing about these, a lot of these, well, I cut it off on this side. A lot of these jackets have these dongles on them. I would cut them off because when you're holstering or reholstering, they tend to get stuck in your holster, stuck in between the trigger guard, and you could have an accidental discharge. All these companies started listening to us tactical guys, stop putting these old dongles right here on the sides where you carry at the 3 o'clock. They moved them to the front, but now of course the issue is everybody appendix carries. So same thing, man. If you have one of these things that's going to get in the way, just cut that off. Just cut those off. And we carry around this LBE, load bearing or chest rig, whatever you want to call it, is a velocity system chest rig. And we didn't do this, we didn't carry this around low profile, but we did have it in a vehicle. Like if I was to ride as a passenger, maybe I'm in a follow vehicle or I'm in a main body vehicle. If we're doing advance or we're part of the main body doing diplomatic security, this is how we would normally ride. You know, depending on the amount of personnel, I would mount almost facing out this window, almost facing out this way, and there would be a guy behind me facing out the opposite way, if we had enough personnel. Sometimes I'd be pretty much on flex, where I'd be kind of bouncing around whichever way is the biggest threat. We'd have a driver and a TC, a truck commander. Now we had these chest rigs. We're throwing, it would almost be, if something did go down, if something did go down, it would almost be a makeshift bug out kit. You know, I had medical supplies, smoke grenade, because maybe, you know, we took contact from that side, the right side of the vehicle, and I would just crack door, pop smoke, throw it over. A lot of times the Toyota Land Cruiser we rolled around in was not armored. These Velocity system open pouch in here, we carry additional maps, like I said, medical supplies, have a tourniquet. Sometimes I'd have a couple extra chest seals in here. And our weapon setup, this is pretty similar to what we carry. Of course, we carried a Daniel Defense Mark 18, which is a 10-inch rifle. This is a regular Colt 16-inch. Well, we had an IR setup for running night vision, a light with your IR filter for running night vision. This, I kind of took some liberties. I didn't have this on my setup over there. Reason being, we started taking a lot of magnetic IEDs, MIEDs. They started right there at the last rotation in Afghanistan, man. They started hitting Land Cruisers left and right, magnetic IEDs. And now I wanted my rifle as slick as possible. I didn't have no grip on it. I wanted to be able to grab it and get out the door of that Land Cruiser without getting snagged on a seat belt or anything like that. We ran an EOTech just like this. The only difference was we didn't have Magpul flip ups. It was Knight's armament flip up. And our slings, we carried a Blue Force 2-point sling, and I like to tuck my sling in a Ranger band if need be. You know, it's not getting snagged on anything. It's not getting hung up. I could put it between my feet. Pull it out, shoot, engage if I need to, but I could yank it out and re-put it around me. Some of us contractors, we carry little knickknacks, like the Afghan pancake hat, and of course we had our beers, our polo shirts, and the Land Cruisers, we weren't, because of the way the Afghan government is, we were not allowed to tint the windows. So our windows had 0 window tint. But hopefully the whole thing was, by the time someone seen us and got a second look, we were already gone. As a driver, a little bit of a different setup. I kept my chest rig underneath me so I could throw it on if I need to get out in a hurry. But for obvious reasons, I didn't keep my rifle between my legs. I kept it kind of hunched over. Usually I'll pin it between the seat, so if we did hit a roadside bomb or IED, it wasn't flopping around. It's at least pinned where it's not gonna hit somebody in the face. We usually had a couple of smoke grenades in the cup holder for the same reason. You're in an unarmored Toyota Land Cruiser. If you take contact from this side, about the only thing you got is some concealment. You know, we'd crack doors, throw it over. Or maybe it's on this side, we crack door and I just toss it out. But yeah, the whole thing was, you know, these MIEDs became, these magnetic mines became so prevalent. You know, Afghans would just drive up on mopeds and traffic, slap on the side of the vehicle, and boom. So sometimes we didn't even have time to get our rifle out. Especially the driver's in kind of a precarious position. Is you had all these radios. The best way for the driver wasn't going over the top. If he's coming out that end, you know, what we would do as a driver, I'd rack back. The driver, what a lot of us do would be dump our seat back, go out the rear door. Yeah, well, of course we had to wait for the back seat to clear out, but it's a lot easier than going over the console when you're running plate carrier and everything else.